I really need my pre-live music to be going on to know when we're live. But we are indeed live. I'm going to pull up this right here. Keep an eye on audio levels. Actually, where should the mic go? Should it be like that? Should it do that? I've got monitors all over the place. I'm looking around like, where's my framing? Do I speak right into the mic like so to be live? And should I come on? Could you just slide over? Doesn't this just feel like a getting the kinks out kind of thing? For those who do not know who in the world I am Yeager from YeagerShots.com, and I am testing out the Canon EOS live streaming web utility. I think I added a few more words in there. So I've got nothing at all set up here as far as cutaways or as far as like lower thirds and cute banners, all that stuff will come. I wanted to test this out straight up on a Mac first. That was going to be what this video is going to be all about. Could not get it to work on a Mac, even though it's been 3 weeks, and I was like, yeah, they got the bugs out by now. Not on my setup. So I had to come over here to this Windows device, and it worked almost like out the box, like a charm. Now, I am on a little bit of battery life, I see right here, but just enough to get this stream up and rolling, and also I've got a fly to kill. So if you see me doing this, not only am I testing out the frames per second, but I am trying to knock flies off, and Renegade is back here in his pooch bed. That's another thing I gotta do. He needs a doggy cam, and I need to be able to move this camera more for future reference. So I am not totally clear on the output of this. It's just straight. Let me back up. I shouldn't say just straight. I am using OBS. I did get it to also recognize by plugging straight into YouTube. So for those who are not using OBS, you can still go live. But I mean, OBS is free, so it's not really much of an excuse not to use it, except for might not really know exactly what to do. But that's okay. Free open source software we all did not know what to do at one point. OBS is also how you can do screen recordings. So like for videos where you want to say I'm working in Photoshop, I want to record exactly what I'm doing, you can use OBS for that. So it's not just for live streaming. You definitely can get a whole lot out of it. So it's free software, works on I think everything, Windows, Mac, Linux, all of it. It made sense for me to go ahead and test it going through OBS because that's going to be the main way that I use this thing going forward. And I do believe this is the first time I've ever got a stream to not completely feel like I was about to blow something up. Using a MacBook laptop, I just felt like, yeah, we're about to blow up all of the East Coast. This machine is not made for this. Now I'm sitting over here looking at this PC, and it's like, that's all you got for me? That's it? So, what a change that is. Caught a whole lot of trouble trying to figure out how in the world to plug in here and adjust microphones and things on a PC. Excuse me, there's just so much I don't know, I'm not aware of. But so far, so good. I am going to check on how frame rate, playback resolution is. But if anybody wants to download this software, I can get a link here in a video later on, and just Google EOS web utility. What did I call this thing? Yeah, that is it. Web utility. I'm not looking around. Is there more words? Yeah, like I did when I opened this video, I had a lot of words. Canon EOS web utility. A Google search for that. It's supposed to work for Mac. I have this particular one working for Windows right now, running it through OBS. Almost every almost every setting is default, because I gotta admit, I've used OBS over a year now. There's still a whole lot of things in there that I don't know, and I've never had to use OBS quite this way. I've used it more for screen recording and the occasional stream, but I had to default back to the built-in laptop camera, now using the Canon SL2 for this screen so we can blow out our background. And I must say, I'm like looking around like Matt said room, like, what a video here. This is a little bit of a new feeling. I gotta figure out how to get this thing running with video games and stuff like that, just for fun, just on the side. But first, we had to attend to the whole photography aspect, which I don't know. I don't know if this is a capture card killer like I was saying it could be. I'm not sure. I would like to test Sony's at some point here, see how theirs is running. I do not have the answers on just what kind of I mean, it could be fine for a little bit of streaming that I do. I'm not going to be live hitting it day in and day out every day or anything. But there's a few more things I want to test out, such as, streaming something else, and live edits, things like that. Definitely want to do that. And seeing how this works on other platforms besides just YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Really, those are only two. So many other platforms you want to test out. I was like, no, those are really it. As far as what I want to see. How's this thing do? So, coming up in about a 5-minute mark now, because we are live. It's very bizarre to say that. Very fun. It's very cool. I'm starting to see why people do it. I had to go and watch from, I don't know, since probably springtime. People do live videos other than, the SSS sites. And see, just like, how do you even behave on a live video? Like, my very first one I had to take off air because I completely forgot what it was I was trying to do in this tutorial. So how's that for a horrible teacher? And I had to come back for another video later on. Then I had mic problems. So I had to go get a mic, and I was like, good grief, I might revisit that video. I actually think that video could still be lingering around and up because it was doing some views. So, we're chasing them views over here. I was like, I can't take this down. It did something, but the audio was so bad. It was such a horrible experience. Note, young and old, 70% of this experience is audio. So trying to get the mic right, like with this Samson right here, that Mr. Matt Baker handed over to me, is definitely ideal. Maybe a little bit big, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of people there just coming off the frame like this. They're coming up, coming out, or they're just out the shot, which looks even more professional. But I kind of like something about that microphone in the frame. It's like some visual interest, It gives a look. It's a spa. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The spa. That's what it gives it. All right. I can just hammer on about nothing forever. So, this is a USB mic hooked into this setup on CPU, just Ryzen 5 3600X and a 2070 graphics card. That's what we're using to get this kind of performance right here. Not sure. I would be curious to know just how well it does on a laptop, but it's not going to work on my laptop. I haven't been able to figure that out. And that would be awesome. Just wake up, roll over, and just live stream. It's like, the world wants to hear what I have to say today. I'm up. Before I even get a drink of coffee, if I drunk coffee, I was like, let's just stream it. Let's just see. Okay, I got to get some hotkeys put in here and figure out how in the world. I do kind of have an idea. Show my screen, but what part of my screen do I want to show? We've got to figure all that out. We've got some good crash courses in OBS to check out here. We'll be getting to that. It feels like something should be here, right? Like, do I really need to be this far over? Like, I'm preserving the 16:9, but acting like I need to be way over here. It's just not really necessary at all, is it? Okay. YeagerShots City is signing off, signing out. We're gonna go watch Coastal try to take on BYU here in about 20-ish minutes. So I figure out which monitors and things to look at. And I'm really glad, believe it or not, there's not too much going on the stream right now, except for me just yammering on about the EOS web utility. Verdict is out if it is truly replacing capture cards. I think that will depend on what exactly you want to use this thing for and your needs, because I don't believe it can output the 1080 to 4K streams. Or am I wrong about that? Someone let me know. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of that before hopping on Elgato capture cards. And this is really a bizarre topic. You can't find too much information on this. I'm like, why? This is kind of a big deal in the streaming ways, but I don't know. Why info is so hard to come by on this particular thing. Hit that like button if you like. Subscribe. I guess this is the video this week. Me yammering on. I will probably try to do an entire podcast off of this, but again, I need to cut those podcasts up. They're way more watchable cut up. So it doesn't really save any trouble or hassle going live with those. Thinking live on air. Okay. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. I will check back for you all a little bit later on this week here on the channel. I guess I'll use all the space over here in my framing. Just go. All right, y'all. That's going to end the stream